change this process also for our future generation. So at last, I want to talk about controversial points or negative points which we say that people raised against this new education Indian policy. The major point is that this new policy has been criticized by our audience or people. The most point is about the language. This policy reads like that. One second, sir. I wrote in a paper. I want to read that policy. Whenever possible, the medium instruction till 5th grade and preferable till class 8th and beyond will be the home language, local language, or the regional language. This means this policy means that is the education of a child until 5th grade should be in the home language or the mother language or the regional language or the local language, which is the major problem which lessen the talking or which lessen the talking of English, In my point of view, English should be given more priority because English has become the global language. If we keep aside the English and we will go with the mother language or the regional language, the students will be will not have capability to talk in more in English. So this is the major problem I want to say, and thank you so much for giving me this chance, sir. This is my point of view. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Next, without wasting our time, we will ask Sarah Sheikh to start. Your points of view, Sarah.
Assalamualaikum, everybody. So. First of all, we'll be discussing about the National Education Policy over here of 2020. This policy, it's not new that this policy is being taken out. It was done back in 1968 as well as in 1986. Like it was revised in 1986 under the UPA government. And but now under this the Modi government, the BJP government, they have given the new policy. That is, it's not new, it means like with some modifications. That is the National Education Policy 2020. And the main aim of this policy is to make India a global knowledge superpower, so that India would be leading in its knowledge and everything. So we'll discuss the positive aspect of this. As well as the negative aspect, I think is which is needed to be considered. So the positive aspect is that early childhood care and education is there. So which is the foundation of learning. So that is abbreviated form is like ECCE. So what happens in this is like from age 3 to 6, the children, they are more involved in physical learning and then physical development and then play-based learning and then activity-based education, and it's flexible because since this is a growing age from 3 to 6 and the children will grasp more of knowledge at this age. So henceforth, and this kind of education is being implemented, and so that the children, they don't take any stress or anything like that. And moreover, there has also been foundational literacy and numeracy. So what happens in this is that the children who are like studying from like more like from the middle one, from the preparatory stage, they'll be given this thing called as literacy and numeracy. What happens in this is that love towards reading and mathematics will be developed. And how they do this thing is that reading hours will be provided for the students of 1 to 2 and like one first class and second class, and then there'll be English writing hours, okay, from 4th and 5th. So this one and mathematics, the love for mathematics is also developed. What happens in this is that the children, they'll be shown like how connection of mathematics in classroom and the connection of mathematics in real life. So most of us, we don't know till now that what is the use of trigonometry in real life. Like we learned that in our classes, but then we don't know. We know the formulas, we know how to write the formulas and then do the problems based on the formulas. But then we don't know how these all stuff we see that in real life. Like we don't know about that. But now the children will be knowing all of that. Now, the other thing which I really liked about this is that the dropouts the students who left their college or school or whatever in the middle, they'll be able to rejoin it back from where they have stopped, where they have stopped or so. So the government has ensured that they'll bring back the children who have left out their education process because of maybe like several reasons. It could be like they the economic problems might be the reason or anything. So, and also preventing them from dropping out. So this is another very important thing, and it's a very good step taken. And also, as Afreen just mentioned about the curriculum and then the system of not 10+2 but 5+3+3 +4 system. So this is also really nice. The main reason this has taken because in order to reduce the curriculum and then enhance more of essential learning and critical thinking. So the critical thinking is like you have to analyze a specific thing, think intellectually, and then make your own views and ideas about that, which we don't do right now because we only take the things which are given to us, like we take the fruit and we don't know how the fruit is grown. So basically that is the condition of us right now. So we take the things which are done already by the previous scientists or all of those. We don't think about that. So if this point is taken into consideration, that if the students are made able to think and to question why and how and all of those from a younger age, they'll surely be able to do great innovatives and great developments in the future, because they'll question it and and they'll find out reasonings. So that is also one of the most important point in this. And moreover, as we know that we only have like the main streams over here. Like in CBC schools, we have the science stream, we have humanities, and then we have commerce or business studies. So, but now this is not the case, because we will be allowed to have like a broad choice. For example, if I'm interested in something other than science, I have opted science, and I am interested into arts as well. I love history, I love any other subject, so I could get into that subject as well, and there is no specific boundaries into it. And also there is no boundary for vocational streams as well. So I have total right, and I'm free to opt language. And the third language will be most probably English. So the first would be your mother tongue, and the second would be the state language. And sports and physical education can also be considered, because sports is so important, and physical education is like obviously important because it impacts your growth and everything. So and when I spoke about mathematics, so we are always scared of mathematics. Like we always think like mathematics to be a very strange or very haunting sort of a subject. But then I suppose with this strategy being implemented, they sort out mathematics as to be like logical based, or maybe like through game strategies, and then it through different ways out, through different activities and all. So they also have thought of doing this as in a logical way by doing the game strategy. Now, what is game strategy? So it is like playing chess and blocks and all, which helps you to get your mind sharpened, at that level of age when you are learning and when you're growing. The other point mentioned in this NDP is that digital learning. So digital learning is very important, and it is like now in this era, it's very important, since everything is all possible only digitally. And henceforth, this point is also really nice. And also ethical and moral learning is also there, which was there in the previous years as well. And gender equality will be there. And also the most important thing is that national textbooks will be there. For example, NCERT, which is only basic for CBSE right now. But now, because of this policy, national textbook NCERT, but for the different states, it will be having with the local content also. Like for example, I'm from Andhra Pradesh, so I'll be having NCERT, but in NCERT, we'll be having some information of Andhra Pradesh as well. So, for example, I'm learning geography. So, along with the whole India geographical map and all of that, I'll be having things which are important for me knowing about Andhra Pradesh. So this is also one of the most important thing in this. And in up to grade 5, it is said that the mother language will be taught as a medium. So, which is under controversy right now, because even I have questions on this, which I'll be discussing when I talk about the negative points. And so this is something which I have considered to be as the positive aspects. But when we see through the negative aspects, so the government have just said that digital learning will be implemented. I agree that this is very important. This is something which should be implemented. The fact and the question is that digital learning is there, but then how far will it be? Like it will be implemented. For example, India is still a poor country. Many cities, many people in India, they still live in rural areas, and not everyone have the facility towards internet, internet and all of that. So so it's still a question how far this will be implemented. And also the fact that, as I said earlier, the teaching or learning would be till 5th grade will be in mother tongue. So many of us, like for example, I come from a Urdu speaking community. Okay, so when in Andhra Pradesh, if we consider, so here Telugu is like spoken. It is as a state language, right? So now for me, I come from Urdu speaking. I don't know Telugu. So how come I will be understanding the concepts when teaching from till grade 5th in Telugu? So this I cannot be understanding this, right? So this is something which needs to be addressed, and I think if we address this problem, like, it will be much more beneficial. And many parents might prefer English as well, because India is not like China or South Korea. They have their own language as a single language. But well, India, it is having several languages, like hundreds of languages in India. So we cannot have a single language as a medium in each and every state. Okay, because in Bangalore itself, people speak different languages. There is Kannada, there is Beri, and there's way to different languages. So there is this needs to be addressed. And also the fact that we are still not sure, like, if these all policies and all, like how far will be they implemented, or how obviously it takes a longer time, because the policy is not like a law which needs to be done right there. So it's a policy and it will take a longer time, but then we still don't know like how far will it be implemented and all. And the other thing which I feel is need to be addressed is that will we get employed after these reforms? Like many people right now being engineers and all of those, they are not employed still. Like we have several engineers in our country. But then they all are unemployed, right? So we're not still sure like if these reforms are going to give job opportunities in like further or not. So yeah, and moreover, when I said about those local the language thing, I think the medium of instruction should be voluntary. So for example, if I choose it, I get if I don't use it as a medium, then I don't want to go as a medium. So it's like that. So it shouldn't be applied, or it shouldn't be forced, or it shouldn't be imposed actually. So it should be like a voluntary, I suppose. And so these were the things which I felt were the negative aspects. Yeah.
Sarah, you are finishing?
Yeah, yes sir, I'm done.
Yeah, close it. It's over.
Yes sir, I'm done. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Right. Ask Amina, Sayyid Amina, please.
Yes, sir. Can I speak, sir?
Yeah, please.
Assalamu alaikum to everyone. Today I want to explain you clearly about the NEP, National Educational Policy. Education is a thing through which we can develop fastly. But in India, the development or the changes in education system is too late. Like if you see the first changes done in education system in India was on 1968, then on 1986. See the duration in between them. And then now in 2020, under the government of Modi, that is NEP, National Educational Policy. Before NEP, 10 plus 2 was followed by the education system. Now means after NEP, it will be implemented, and it will be changed as 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. And they have stopped STEAM and started multiple entry and exit, means any course they can choose in which they are interested. See what is 10 plus 2 means. From first class to 10th class, it is 10, and then intermediate first year and second year, both combinedly called as 10 plus 2. And after second year, we have to join a university. The studying of a child was started at the age of 6 years, as in older system. When a child is of 6 years old, he has to join a school. But it will be changed after NEP, as a 3-year-old child has to join a school, not from 6 years. Before NEP, students were under the control of government only 12 years. But it is extended to 15 years. Like if we add 3 plus 4, it is 15 years. 15 years, the student will be the care of government. The starting age of studying is 3 years according to NEP. Means if a child is 3 years, he has to join a school, not for studying but playing. When they said to join from, why they said to join from 3 years, means to remove the fear of going to school in small kids. So that they have decided that children should not fear about going to school. They should feel happy. Why a kid fear for going to school? Because they didn't get a chance to play, to have fun, and they need to study, which they don't like at that age. Keeping that point, government has decided that the first 3 years, they will be allowed for playing only, not for studying. They can do what they were doing at their home, like playing, having fun, enjoying, whatever they want, but not studying. Kids fear as it is new environment and new teachers to them. Teachers also will be given training how to behave with small kids and not to put stress on the kids about studies and marks. 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 are representing how many years you will spend in a school and in college. First 5 years of schooling called as foundation stage. First 5 years called as foundation stage, where 3 years for playing and left 2 years or first class and second class. Means 2 years just for habit, like slow learning. They know about education and they may don't know that they are learning as playing. And they don't have any exam at all. Means no burden of marks or scoring, just for knowing and to clear the fear of going to school. The government has implemented this 5. Then they enter to the second stage, which is preparatory stage of 3 years. He entered into third class up to third, fourth, fifth classes. Here they have activity plus study. Not only they study, but they do activity which are mentioned in the textbook, which will be mentioned by the government. They will be given choice of choosing either regional language or their national language. They have a choice in which they are interested, they can choose. Here exams will be conducted. Exams will start from third class onwards. Then another stage, which is middle stage of 3 years. Here 6, 7 and 8 class are included. Here they will study about computer, and main thing which I like in this is vocational course is present. In this, they can develop any other skills, not only studying, but they can develop other skills also, like carpentering, cooking, tailoring, many like handcraft and handloom, etc. They can learn this if they have interest. And normal math, science, and arts are learned. But students have to take any Indian language like Urdu, Punjabi, Sanskrit, anything which they are interested and which they want to learn. And now fourth stage called secondary stage include 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th, intermediate first year and second year. Before NEP, we have yearly exams, last annual exams. But now according to NEP, every 6 months, exam will be conducted as semesters. Means every 6 months, after completing 6 months, we will be having exam. After 6 months, we will be having an exam. Mainly in this, no stream is there. Like before, we are having MPC, BIPC, CEC, MEC, HEC, etc. But according to NEP, it is not like that. If a student is interested in maths, or if he is also interested in biology, he can take. If he has interest in politics and any other subjects also, he can take in first year. Not like us, we have to take only by PC or MPC, choose any one of them, or CEC, MPC. But they can choose anything, like if they are interested in maths, if they are good in biology, they can choose all of them in which they are interested, or in which they want to move ahead, in which they want to learn new things. How they are interested, they can do. It's depend upon them. Means multiple subjects are given to them. Foreign language is also learned in this stage. If any student went to abroad or anywhere, it will be helpful to them as they have learned foreign language in this stage. Now coming to graduation. Graduation is of 4 years. In this also they can take any stream. No, not particular that you have to choose this or that. You can take the subject in which you are interested. If they complete first year, they will be given a certificate. Before, if we complete 3 years, then only we will be given a certificate. But after NEP, it will be not like that, as they have given a certificate only as they have completed only 1 year. Completing 1 year, they will be get a certificate, graduation certificate. If they done second year, graduation diploma certificate will be given to them. If they done third year, graduation degree certificate will be given to them. And like if they want to get a job, or they are trying for a job, they can drop. Or if they want to continue their studies, they can continue as fourth year given certificate, graduation research will be given to them. A special facility is there, that is re-entry. As I said, if anyone is suffering with any type of problem, money, or not having interest, if they drop out in second year, before NEP, the rule was to start from the first. He has to read again first year and second year, then he can complete third year. But not like that in NEP. If he drop in second year, he can directly join in third year. Or if he drop in third year, he can join in fourth year, as he is having a certificate. After completing 1 year, after completing third year, he will have a certificate. With that, he can enter in fourth year also. After that, post-graduation. If he has done graduation degree of only 3 years, he has to do 2 years. If he done graduation research of 4 years, he has to do post-graduation PG of 1 year, means equal to both. Graduation and post-graduation will be completed for all in 5 years. The positive things and negative things according to me means positive, that is here midday meal is given to them first. Normally India is poor, so many kids will not given a proper meal at their home. When they go to school from 3 years only, they will get a good meal, and tiffin is also given to them. And normally now what we are seeing is the fees of schools or college is too high. They charge from the students too much fees. But after NEP, they will given a certain level that you should not cross this level of fee. You have to put the fee under this level only. You should not over limit the level. And another positive thing is practical education, not road, but exams which they conduct. But according to NEP, on 4 things the results will be dependent: marks, self-analysis. Self-analysis means how we will give marks to us, in which we are good, in which things we are more ahead than others. That will depend on that we will give marks to ourselves. Then friends, how they think about us, what they think about us, how we behave with them. Dependent on that, they will give us marks. And teachers also give us marks. Dependent upon that, 4 results will be given. And another thing is foreign universities. Means in the whole world, top 50 universities may construct their college in India. Students of India have a better opportunity to learn there, to complete their studies over there. And the negative thing, one which I think is English. English means they have English only, sir, that they have given.
The link may disconnect now. What I'm telling is, we can continue the meeting for another 10 minutes or so. We are having the wonderful opportunity that Dr. Azmatullah Sahab also is there with us, and he may also address you. So I request Principal Madam to send another link so that we can join again to discuss for another 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. Amina, continue please.
Excuse me, sir. The students can join with the same link.
Same link. Okay. No problem.
They can rejoin, but madam has to start the same link again.
Okay.
No need of sending link, madam.
No, madam, you need to create again. You can restart the same link again.
Okay, Amina, please continue till this meeting gets disconnected.
Okay, sir. Sir, lastly, only one thing is negative thing about NEP is that they are giving a chance to their own, that they can choose their regional language or national language. Better if they give national language, means if they go to abroad or on India only, everyone is talking in English. If they gone to more opportunities, we have to speak in English only. So if they keep English, it will be better. Okay, sir, I have completed, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. हजरत मैं अज़मतुल्लाह साहब डॉक्टर साहब से गुजारिश करना चाहता हूं कि 10-15 मिनट और भी हमारे साथ आप बने रहे, ताकि आपसे भी थोड़ा हम बच्चों को
Inshallah. It's a pleasure. I would like to share my.
Okay. Thank you so much.
My input. You're welcome.
Also want to know about this education system in the United States of America, because Dr. Saab had been in the US for about 2 decades. So it will be a nice opportunity for us to listen to him.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would like to congratulate myself for getting this opportunity to listen to these brilliant minds. And I very much regret for missing the earlier sessions that has happened for the last 2 days. It is a great loss to me personally, because I miss those opportunities. One opportunity I missed because it was not communicated to me, for which Sultan must be blamed.
Yes, I take the blame.
And the second opportunity, I take the blame myself, because I was spending time with my grandkids and playing with them, whiling away my time and all that, instead of attending this session. So that is really very unfortunate. But for some reason, I was thinking that somebody will be recording these sessions and I will get an opportunity to listen to them. So I was self-complacent. So that is a very wrong thing I did. I feel sorry myself for missing those sessions. First of all, I would like to thank Sultan and the principal madam for sharing the link and inviting me to this excellent session. I personally benefited by this. I don't have to read the 60, 70, 80, I don't know how many pages of NEP document that is, to get a overview of the policy, just to get a insight into the policy. So this is a great opportunity. Within a short time of 30-40 minutes, by these three brilliant speakers, I could get the overview. Thanks to you all. Thanks to Afrin. Thanks to Sarah, and thanks to finally Taslim Ara.
Amina also spoke.
Amina, okay, yes, Amina also spoke. So I would like to thank all these three brilliant minds for giving me an opportunity to listen to them and be benefited. It's really a very nice thing. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you all. Bless you with success both in this material world and the akhirah. Your parents are very fortunate to have such brilliant kids, and we had at Hazrat Aisha Junior College and the school are also blessed with such very nice and brilliant students like you all. So after this complimentary words, I would like to first of all share my remarks. I took notes of the points that you discussed, and I was trying to see the area of improvements that you should try to have. As far as English language is concerned, there are three more important things that you should focus on. The first one is pronunciation. We are fortunately or unfortunately are heavily influenced by our mother tongue or the regional language. So accent is one issue that we have to overcome. Unless we make personal effort, practice, listen to some very good speakers, some TV speakers and speakers who teach languages. There are lots of videos on pronunciation. We will not be able to overcome that issue. So, influence of mother tongue, influence of our own. If everybody mutes, that will be very fine. I get some background noise.
Yeah. प्रिंसिपल मैडम थोड़ा म्यूट करो आपका माइक.
Okay, thank you. So that is one thing. So we have to work hard on improving our pronunciation because that is a primary thing. You know, when you interact with people, whatever be your ability to give a nice presentation, the points, the structure of the content of your talk, it may be excellent, but if your pronunciation is not appealing to the people, to the listener, then you lose half the battle. So that is one thing I would like to suggest all our students to focus on while you are preparing for all kinds of examinations. You should know that finally it is the interview that matters and that selects you in your goal, you know. So language and communication skills, presentation skills are very, very critical. I would request all our students to focus on their presentation, their language skills, number one. Number two, our approach must be structured. You should be very much focused on what exactly are you going to emphasize. Going in too many details will not be able to be of beneficial. So there is a very famous saying in English that precision is very, very important. Precision is the soul of wit. Some such saying is there. So precision must be very, very important. You should always focus on being very precise. You should know what you are speaking. Whether you are going into the details of the policy, excellent. That is the approach you have taken. Excellent approach, no problem. But if you want to pay more attention on the positive aspects of it and pay less attention on the negative aspect, that is fine too. Whatever approach you adopt is very fine, but be very, very precise and know what exactly are you going to present and impress upon. That is excellent. I don't see any problem with all the speakers. They know what they wanted to say. Some wanted to go into more details with regard to the policy. Some wanted to make a balance of both the positive and negative aspects of it. That was fine. But one student, at least I found exactly, I was looking, do you have a solution for the problem? Speaking about the problem is not a great thing, you know, everybody can criticize, but coming up with a solution for the problem demands certain amount of intelligence, knowledge and insight into subject, and also original thinking. So discussing a problem is not a big thing. You know, kahan aag lagi, vagara, vagara. You know the fire is there. Everybody knows the fire. But if you have a solution to put down the fire, to extinguish the fire, that is a great thing about it. And at least I think one student gave a suggestion. Whether it is acceptable or not acceptable, whether it is practical or not practical is a different question. You must come up with a solution. That is where they call in America as brainstorming. So 10 people sit together, brainstorm on an issue, on a problem, and come up with a solution. They divide the team into 4. If there are 50 people, they will divide into 5 teams of 10 people each, and give them the problem and say, come up with solution. They will discuss the problem among themselves and then they start coming up with solutions. So at the end, after half an hour or 1 hour of discussion, then each team will be asked to give solutions for the problem. They do not discuss the problem there. They discuss the solution. So this is one thing that they do. It needs creativity. It needs initiative. It needs dynamism to come up with solutions for a problem. So that is something that we lack, as we said, road learning and all that. I am a victim of that, I learned, I went to Gopala Abadi, I studied in Telugu medium till my 5th class, and I remember the Vemana Padyalu, the Vemana Satakalu, till now, And then I studied in Urdu medium in Muslim school. Then I studied Urdu medium BPC in junior college. In my degree, I studied history, economics, political science in English medium. I am a victim of all these experiments that the governments have been doing with languages, with the curriculums. There is a central curriculum. There were students coming from the central schooling system. They studied the NCERT books and they were very brilliant. They studied in English medium and I studied in 3 different languages at 3 different stages. I had to compete these candidates who come from a very brilliant background, from public schools and all that, and write for civil services examinations and my group 1 examination. I had to do a lot of hard work. It is good that it is very far. The students going forward are very fortunate that they will be spared of the hardship and the problems that I have suffered. And for that matter, you guys are very, very fortunate because from your LKG onwards, you have been taught in English medium and then you are able to speak so fluently, mashallah. I am very much impressed by your fluency, your presentation, your thoughts, and mashallah, I would like to commend Sultan. If I were to be there in Kadapa, I would have garlanded him and given a gold medal also for the excellent performance of the students. Because this is something more highly commendable, mashallah. So after all this good talk and all that, I would like now to say a few things about the educational system in America. I had the opportunity to spend a day in a school. You will be surprised when I was working as a software quality assurance lead and a manager. I was invited to a school and address the kids of 4th and 5th class. Those kids were not at all interested in knowing what I do, what job I do, and what I do. How do you think a 3-year or 4-year kid will be able to understand what is the job of a software engineer who is working on quality assurance of the software? Now see the problem. It was the job of the teacher to make them serious. American system, they are not like our classrooms. They will be all having round tables, in the entire classroom. They'll be sitting around and they will be playing, chit-chatting, laughing and all that. The teacher was playing along with the kids, though they were 3rd and 4th grade kids, she was actually playing with them and teaching them to the playful method. I was taken aback by the kind of noise they were making in the classroom, and the teacher was not trying to discipline them. She was not trying to discipline them. Our teachers will have always a stick, and our teachers who will learn have been trying to discipline. we were hit by the cane by our headmaster Malik Mainuddin many times, even when we were in 9th and 10th class, for coming late to the school, for not doing our homework, for not writing the news that was written on the board, and all those kinds of silly things, the teacher will have a scale, have a cane in the hand. Our Inayatullah Hazrat used to beat like black and blue, So you don't see that in that culture. They get the freedom, they get the choice. And at the end of the day, the kids she made this kid understand what job I do. And then they started asking me questions. And questions were very pertinent. She could discipline them. She could drive home the point that I have come for a purpose. I wanted to spend a day with them, share my experiences, my job and everything. And they were listening. They listened for 1 hour and half, or at least 45 minutes. And they were very attentive and they were very much absorbing. And they were able to ask me questions on my job. So that I don't think it will take a long time in India to happen. I'm very sorry to say. Because first of all, we should have the mindset. And the second most important thing, we should have right type of training for the teachers. So the training of the teachers, the mindset of the teachers, and the classroom atmosphere, these things matter a lot. So my 2 decades of experience, I have seen college-going kids. I have seen them dropping off. So the 4 years course that they have done in 8 years at times. Even medicine. There are people who have been doing medicine after they get two kids, They were having kids, they do jobs, they go to school. They call it school. Even college is called school. Only the universities are called the universities when they go for professional post-graduation and all that. Otherwise, all colleges are called schools. So they call it a school and they go to school while they are raising a family where they are doing odd job. The reason is that the fee is very high. They take loans, education loans from banks, and they will be paying throughout the life the money that they spend on education. The education is very expensive, but it is worth. The universities are so very well equipped. The lecturers and the teachers are so very highly paid, and they have such beautiful labs. They have such beautiful furniture, atmosphere, building infrastructure. I mean, they are mind-boggling. If you go to the university campus, you will never feel like coming out of it. I have visited, because I was in Northeast, I was in New York, I was in New Jersey. Boston is very close by. So I worked in Boston, and on my way back to New Jersey, I have to cross 2-3 university campuses. So I had an opportunity to visit those universities. Cambridge, I visited MIT. MIT, I visited Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which is the most sought after technology institutions, from where the students are picked up by the top-notch industries in America or in the world. They are the scientists and they are the people who go to NASA and all kinds of excellent places. They have a lot of inventions done at MIT. So I have visited MIT. The Princeton University is in New Jersey. I mean, they are like wonderful. I mean, you will, if you find anybody, the Nobel laureate, you will find from these universities only that they are pretty expensive. People, as I told you, will be working 10 hours a day and going to college for 4 hours of studies. They will be taking classes, subject and all that. So it is going to be a long journey for India to come up to the standard of American universities or the Western universities, where the approach of the teaching staff is different, their methodology is different, their infrastructure is different, the students are different, their mindset is different. We have been trained for the last 70 years plus to get degrees and get a job. That is all we do here. And that's what I did too, that is the mindset that has to change. This is going to be a big challenge. There will be lot of hurdles and roadblocks, and I do not know how long it will take for us to change our mindset and become as sincere, honest as the people and the universities and colleges there in the US. We have been habituated to corruption. We have been habituated to immorality, communal bias, casteist bias, cultural bias, linguistic bias, and with so many biases and so many negative aspects that are ingrained in our personality, in our thinking, in our culture. It takes a long way to go, but it is a good beginning, alhamdulillah. So everything starts small, takes a long time for people to change. A nation, we have to change a nation through education. That is the biggest challenge. And unless we change our mentality, our attitude, our outlook of life, this is going to be really very challenging. Taslima did focus on the foreign universities, talked about brain drain and the impact on our infrastructure and all that. It is very well said, but I just give you an overview of what I see there in America during my last 2 decades of stay there, and compare myself to the education. My kids have got education there. My son did his Bachelor of Engineering in the New Jersey Institute of Technology in New Jersey. And my daughter, she did her bachelor's there while she was married, and she had a kid and she was doing a job. And then she did her MBA there in the university. Those kids, they are very well acquainted. And now my grandkids are studying. My granddaughter Hafsa, she goes to the university now. Their education system is very different. I could not understand when they talk about their semester, they talk about their subject. She wanted to become a doctor, and she has taken accountancy and some other subjects which she will be able to do easily and all that. So they are trying to copycat the system from the foreign countries and foreign universities and all that. But basically, it is the mindset of these people that should change. Both the politicians, the bureaucrats, the teaching staff, the non-teaching staff, the commercial institute, and the students and the parents as a whole. So I hope I just share some of my thoughts, and I would like again to thank you all for enriching me with more knowledge and with more information. Thank you.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, शुक्रिया बहुत।
कोई क्वेश्चन है? Anybody wants to say something?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I know there will be somebody who will be having some thoughts. You have every right to criticize me. You should be open to that. I would welcome criticism. I would welcome. Don't always appreciate a person and say no. If you agree or disagree, be frank and share your thoughts.
Assalamu alaikum to everyone. I'm Samina from MSC. First of all, sorry to disturb that. My small question is that, like in India, the recently change was NEP. This was the third change till now. And I want to know, in United States, sir, in United States, in education field, what is the difference you find in India and in America?
Sorry, I couldn't follow your question. What is the difference in what?
The difference in education field among India and America.
Well, I will tell you one thing. Most important thing is that up to schooling, up to high school, it's all government control. Government control means even the syllabus and the medium of language. These issues are not there because they just have English one as the medium of language and communication. With the Mexican population coming there, they have second language. The Spanish has the second language also. There is a heavy population of Mexicans there. You can learn foreign languages also there: French, Germany, Arabic, Spanish, and all that. So many American girls, English-speaking girls, they tried to take Spanish in the school. So up to the primary school, there is no much of a change. The government will be supervising, and some of the government-funded schools, they are run by the government education department. They are funded by the government, but there are public schools which are not funded by the government. They are like our private schools, like Hazrat Aisha School or Nirmala Convent, Vidya Mandir, or some such schools. They are privately funded. Generally, these government schools are not very good. They particularly schools with lot of black population, Spanish population, Asian population, and all that. They do not have very good teachers. The standard is not good. But private, the public schools, which are the private schools, they charge very heavy fee, and only those who can afford, they go to those private schools, which is called the public schools. Then the university education, government has no role to play. It is totally up to the local committees and the university board of directors and university academicians who decide on their own syllabus and all those kinds of things. Here in India, we have the governmental interference everywhere. The universities are being supervised and they are funded by the government and all that. I do not know because there is a lot of pilferage, the funds are eaten away by the bureaucrats and all that. Universities are starving for funds, they cannot raise the fee and all those things. I don't know how they are going to balance it and manage it. So the educational system in America has got two tiers. One, the primary education controlled by the government with heavy interference with regard to syllabus, with regard to monetary funding, financing and all that. And universities which are totally 100% self-sustained, self-managed, self-financed. The fees are exorbitantly high. So if you want to do your MBBS, there in the university you have to do medicine, MBBS plus some masters like specialization or surgery and all that. It takes about 500 to 700,000, $500,000 for a person to complete his degree in medicine. And these doctors will be paying for about 15 to 20 years, repaying their loans. The interest is 5% and interest will be accumulated because they take about 7 to 8 years to just settle down and get a job. So until that time, the interest will be accumulating, and higher studies is very hard in America. That's why our people go there and we find IT job, because many school drops out will be different in large numbers. Only those who are well off those who are determined will be able to go to the universities. So that is going to matter a lot going forward in our country. I think I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Time is almost over, sir. Can we stop?
Okay.
Now, or?
Yeah, sure. We will meet sometime else, inshallah.
Yes.
These sessions are very, very productive and very informative. You can, and we will invite some real good speakers also who have got the insight into the educational system, who have studied this very closely, and we will organize such things in future also, inshallah. Thank you.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया sir. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Allah Hafiz.
So we will close the meeting today. Inshallah, we will have such discussions in future after some time.
Inshallah.
Principal, madam.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Yes, sir. Yeah, time has run out, sir. It is going to be very soon. So, inshallah, as you have said. Hello.
Yeah.
As you have said, no, sir. We'll discuss if Azmatullah sir permit us. Tomorrow also we can have a grace of his attendance, sir.
Oh, you want to organize one tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, inshallah, I'll try my best. Inshallah.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
For attending and blessing our children. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Students will have the opportunity to ask questions. Some more questions we can have from the students, and we will be having the clarification from Dr. Sir.
Sure, inshallah. Sure, inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz.
Alaikum salam. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.